My egg donor wants to be our mother again, after she abandoned our family. So I returned her gifts with a restraining order. My dad used to travel a lot to work and stay weeks away, so he and my mother had an agreement where they had an open marriage. Don't know the details, but she was the only one that slept with other people. This happened to most of my childhood, as I can remember her leaving at night to go to clubs and parties, sometimes taking days to come back and neglecting me and my brother. I learned how to get groceries and cook when I was 8 so me and my brother would not starve. When I was around 13, my parents started fighting since apparently she had broken the deal in some way. My dad found out about the neglect, and she started going into the adult industry. They separated, and for years, I had no contact with my mother. I sent her texts and emails, some that even popped up as she had seen it, but she never replied. So one day, I just gave up trying to contact her. I managed to stay in contact with some people from her side of the family, but a lot of them began hating us, saying that we were too harsh on her, that we never supported her, that she did well leaving us. And gradually, I also cut contact with them. She started working in the adult industry and got pretty famous in my country, got a lot of money, and I stopped using any NSFW websites, as she was on the top pages of all of them. I gladly suffered zero to no bullying in high school because of it, as there were no ways of connecting her to me, and most of my friends that knew my mother didn't know it was her. She had dyed her hair, done a few surgeries and stuff. Well, I moved on with my life, joined the army, and I'm pretty well now. However, a year ago, out of nowhere, she found me on social media and began to message me, asking how I was, commenting on how much I had grown up, and trying to do some small talk. I just replied with one word, and even stopped replying once my nerves got the best of me. Apparently, she is retired, and after feeling an overwhelming remorse throughout her entire life, decided to contact us again. My brother was also careful, but essentially accepted her back. My father is cordial with her, but only that. She has also asked her entire part of the family for help, as I began being bombarded with messages and calls from both those that criticized and supported me and my dad. I made it clear that I do not want anything with her, but they just keep on it, saying that she is remorseful, that she did a mistake but wants to make it right, that she has come back for us, etc. More recently, she somehow found out where I live, and I've been receiving random gifts at my doorstep with messages that were clearly hers. Things like a basket of chocolate that I liked when I was little, expensive clothes, flowers when my cat passed away, and even a very expensive hiking kit. I messaged her a few times to say that I don't want any of that, but she just pretends she doesn't know what I'm talking about, or just says she thought of me at that moment. I made it clear time and time again that I don't want anything to do with her, but she still persists, saying that she can be my mom again now, and stuff like that. Update. 11 days later, I decided to take a more polite approach and maintain the moral high ground. I called her and asked her to meet me in a small cafe. She got there, and it looked like she had won the lottery. She had a smile from ear to ear, and was almost jumping up and down, but her smile faded when she saw my face. She sat down and tried to do some small talk, but I cut her off and began to rain on her parade. With all of the calm and patience I could gather, I told her that no matter what she does or says, there would be no way for her to be my mom again. I started to explain that she was a stranger to me now, that I still had resentments, reminded her that I tried many times to stay in contact with her, but she refused, and even stated that I'm no longer a child. I'm almost 30, so I kind of don't need a mom anymore. I didn't even finish speaking when she burst into tears and began rambling about how sorry she was, that she was sorry for not seeing me grow up, sorry for ignoring me, and that she would do anything for a second chance. She even told me that if her old work bothers me, she could have it all taken down and pay for therapy if I wanted. Apparently, she didn't know I'm in therapy ever since I was a teenager. I politely refused, and since the conversation wasn't likely to progress, I just left, after asking her once more not to contact me again. A couple of hours later, I was in the shower when my phone began exploding with calls and messages. She apparently once again told her family, and once again, they were cursing or trying to convince me. I swapped my phone number, also got a much better phone plan, cleaned my social media of any family members from her side, and told my lawyer to go forward with the restraining order. She received the order a couple of days ago, and immediately broke it by driving straight to my house to scream why I was doing that. I didn't come out and call the cops. Thankfully, they saw the restraining order and took her to the station for questioning. Update 2. My mother is now legally fighting me on the restraining order, and I'm trying to get more restraining orders for the crazier members of her family. She hasn't broken the restraining order again after the last time, but the gifts continue to come and have even intensified, so I'm just donating all of them. However, my childhood was pretty bad. I can say that the amount of chocolate she sent me is making a lot of kids really happy now, lol.